Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. I'll be going over today's price action on one trade I took, it being an unfortunate loss due to stop loss placement, but it was a discretion stop loss. So today was a really good setup, A plus setup, I would say. But yeah, let's get into it. Coming in on today, we're still at all-time highs, so we are going to continue being bullish. That was my bias, being bullish. I'm not going to short all-time highs. I'm not going to try to short it. But yeah, let's get into it. Coming in on day, obviously we kept ripping up, doing nothing, kept ripping up later until we got into later into the session around 10 o'clock. We finally get some movement going. Coming in, we ended up forming this 15-minute gap. Sorry, with all this clip, I should probably close this actually. There we go. Coming in, we ended up forming this 15-minute gap. I wanted to get a 15-minute continuation long, and that's exactly what we did. So coming in on the shorter time frame, we ended up accumulating, and then we ended up manipulating down, which is pretty nice. We ended up getting that manipulation down into the 15-minute along with a 5-minute discount. We ended up mitigating a 5-minute discount too. CE of the 5-minute and 15-minute, giving me that stronger bias of a bullish run. So with that, the idea was we ended up having all-time highs as DOL right here. And then we ended up sweeping this internal low right here, forming that stop hunt, making this high resistance, initiating for this trade to pump, to help us to pump and to hit full TP. That's what I wanted. We ended up getting that 2-minute inversion, healthy close. I think it barely closed over it. Yeah, it barely closes over it, but look at this healthy candle. It ends up closing super healthy. Not even a wick on the top. It ends up closing really bullish. Unfortunate, due to manipulation, we ended up getting stopped out. I could have put stop loss at the wick, but I didn't, just because from there it's like my 1-to-1 isn't really great. Like, I'm not targeting anything. I'm already super high above my DOL. So I did CE of this wick, and then I just did my 1-to-1, which is a little closer to DOL, which I wanted to see. But it was unfortunate. We ended up hitting my 2-minute. We ended up hitting my stop loss. But what made me so convicted on this is obviously we respect all of this, having the stop hunt, having that bullish bias, having all-time highs as DOL, and then even on ES at the time we were rejecting off of this 15-minute. We were rejecting off that 15-minute, giving me that stronger bias of being bullish or in entering this trade, that knowing it was going to work out. Unfortunate, stop loss hit, and then ends up running full TP. Such a good trade. I would take this 9 out of 10 times I would take it 10 out of 10 times, honestly. So it was a good trade. I ended up getting in a recap call with Ronan. He said it was an A plus. He took a 15-second, which was like a bottom takedown here, but he said this was such a good entry tube that it was just overall it was a good trade. Overall A plus setup. Overall, such a good trade. Unfortunately, I didn't record the live market of it because it was late in the trade, and I honestly didn't expect to trade today, but this ended up playing out. So, yeah. So that was my trade of the day. Such a good trade. I can't be mad that I lost. This was a good trade. Cool. Peace.